Welcome everyone and welcome to today's video, our first round at Monza for the F1 Simufy Cup, hosted by none other than Borja Zazo, the popular Twitch and iRacing streamer. If you haven't checked him out, please do. His link to his Twitch is in the description below. A great bloke who kindly invited me to this league, and I'm actually the only international driver in this league because I think 99% of them are from Spain. So I'm flying it solo from the UK, so please give me some support, guys, week in, week out. We've got 11 races ahead of us, and I do plan on streaming these moving forward as well, so hopefully you can help me make my strategy calls, because we are in a team with Borja and one other called Hugo, and Borja has decided to name us Team Ferrari, as you can tell from our livery. Now, that's not my choice, that's Borja's. He's trying to restore some reputation to Ferrari, albeit in the sim world. I don't think their reputation is worth saving this year, or can be saved in real life, that is. So hopefully, yes, we don't have the same strategy team as the in real life team, and that will be made by myself this race, because we do have the format, which is 100% races, fixed setup, exactly how it is in the IGPT official races, except one difference. We have open qualifying with 40 cars. Yes, guys, 40 cars. You heard that correctly. I was a bit shocked when I first heard that from Borja. I think he wants to just... I think he thrives off of the carnage. But yes, 40 cars, open qualifying. A little bit taken aback by that, but actually I was pleasantly surprised. Most people were pretty well behaved, and it took me a few laps to get a timed lap in, but we did, and we qualified P12 out of 40 cars. I will take that. There's some very fast boys in here, and the strength of field is very strong. The top 30 cars were only separated by 1 second. Now, that's not bad in a fixed setup, and the setup personally for myself doesn't suit my driving style. Not a lot of downforce, understandably, in this fixed setup, because it's Monza and it's the temple of speed. But yes, it's going to be difficult here to manage tyres, and strategy wise we started on the medium tyres, hoping to take them long and get onto those fresh soft tyres, not quite do a Charles Leclerc, and make up 14 to 20 seconds at the end of the race. Hopefully it's a lot closer and we can get a top 10 finish and get some decent points to start off the season. So yes, guys, let's head into it. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button, turn those notifications on, and enjoy.
Are you ready? Let's go.
Nice and easy.
Car left. Hold your line.
Oh, come on, guys. Let's make it round. Let's make it round. Let's make it round.
Clear left.
Oh, big wheel spin. Damn it. Just be careful into this chicane here. It's a very long race.
Good start.
Oh, someone's had a big wobble. Someone who's on the softs. We need to be careful of everyone behind it. Don't want people making lunges. Very easy to lose it here. If Christian wants to overtake me, he can. He's lost a couple of places at the start.
Still there. Still there. Still there. Still there.
Oh, someone's in the pits already.
Still
Wow.
there.
Don't know why that is.
Still there.
They jumped the start.
Still there.
Christian's lifting off here. What are you doing, Christian? Don't stick your nose in right now. Long game, buddy. Long game. Play the long game. But a good start, though. I'm into P8. A couple of places gained at the start. Let's bet ourselves into this race now. We're going to have DRS next lap. Unfortunately, we're out of the DRS zone. We need to try and close this gap up. This car does not have a lot of downforce on this setup. Shift it down an extra gear than I'd like to, just to get the front end turning in.
The leader has just done a 123.49. That was a 124.09.
Tilt shift into third. Look after those rear tyres. Guy in front is on softs. Old cool, Cotton. Old cool.
The gap ahead is now 0.7.
Thankfully, we've got that DRS. Oh, hallelujah.
You can make this thing.
Looking after tyres is going to be key round here. Even round Monza. This setup, as we said, hasn't got a lot of downforce in it, so when the tyres start to get squirrely,
Your last lap time was 123.93.
people are going to start to struggle. I think I'm a bit better on the brakes into the first corner than these guys in front. Only just. Maybe it's just Constantina effect.
The gap behind is now 0.9.
I'm not sure why we've lost the DRS there. I thought we was within DRS. Oh, that's a shame. I'm going to get that back. Oh, we need to get that back. We need those guys to start fighting in front. About just being careful in that last corner as well. Really takes it out of the tyres.
123.47.
I was a bit slow through there, I'm not going to lie. That DRS again, man. Ugh. Annoying. But the pack's not too far ahead, which is good.
8th place.
So with pit stops, because the field is very large, it's going to be more beneficial to go long, I think. And try and do the overcut, because traffic is going to come into play around here.
You're 2/10 off the pace in sector 1. You're a 10th off the pace in sector 2. Sector 3 is 0.41 off the pace. The gap behind is now 0.8.
Need to catch this guy in front. Just got a bit more grip than me out of the chicanes at the moment because he's on those soft tyres. Closing slightly. Oh, careful on the throttle there, Scott. A little bit wiggly. Christian's close behind with DRS. I'm not really sure how we haven't got DRS there. We was I swear we was 1 second for that last corner. Is Christian going to make a lunge here? I don't think so.
Lap time's pretty consistent.
DRS so powerful around here. Fifth gear is starting to be the better gear around there now, around the two Lesmos. Just got more grip into the Ascari chicane, which is keeping him out of DRS zone here. It's really frustrating. That was better. That was much better through there. He got caught in the dirty air there, Christian, I think. Had a little bit of a wiggle. I even felt it myself with my tyres, even at this stage of the race.
The gap behind is now
Damn it.
0.9.
Spinning up the rears, Scott. Come on, get those gear shifts right.
The gap in front is now 1.0.
Christian's out of DRS behind, which is good. We know the guy in front has got a pit before us on soft tyres, so just having to scrub a little bit of speed off into that last corner. Don't want to be wearing our front left too hard. Gotta look after them. Guys in front are going side by side. And they've crashed.
Very anti-Della Roggia.
There's a freebie.
Car right.
Don't know if that guy's got damage.
We are.
Clear right.
Oh, really feel the dirty air through there. I think that guy's got Lucas behind. I think he's got front wing damage. Just need to be careful here. As we said, we know the guy in front has got a pit. That was 2 freebies picked up. We've got DRS now.
6th place. You've just
6th
done
place.
124.66.
Happy days.
We are.
So up into P6. That's good. As long as we can stay in this guy's DRS, this will be good. Pull away from the gap behind. I'll take that. As we said, soft tyres in front. He should be the quicker car.
The gap in front has increased. It's now about 0.9.
Oh, big lock up there. I touched the bloody gravel. Come on, Fernando. Keep it together, buddy. We need to work together here.
Come on, keep pressing it. What's that mistake? Looks like P4 has binned it in. Very anti-Della Roggia.
P4's gone. Oh, dear. Oh, we need to keep it together here. Not do anything silly. The guys in front are very quick. I would definitely take a top 5 here. But let's just play this smart. Follow Fernando. Open the gap behind. That's the main thing now. Stay within his DRS, down the main straight, that's what we need.
P5.
Oh, very deep, Scott. Oh, I wouldn't turn in there. Right on the edge of a lock-up. I really thought that was going to be. I really thought that was going to be slow down there.
There's got to be a chance here. Keep hurrying him.
Oh, stay within 0.9, please. Stay within 0. Yes.
Front is now 0.9.
nearly lost the DRS there. So for the next 9 laps, we followed Fernando on his soft tyres, staying within his DRS for as long as we could. And as we get to lap 21, we are now over a second behind Fernando, but still in P5. He's gone.
I think P4's gone off in Ascari.
P4's gone. His soft tyres gave way. That leaves me vulnerable now, though. Looks like he probably ran a little bit too much over the curve on the right-hand side.
Just keep hitting your marks. This is looking good. P4, you've just done a 124.12.
P4, man. Wow. So P4 after 22 laps. Happy days. Did not think we would be in the top 5 after that little amount of time, let alone starting from 12th position as well. So yeah, we're going to skip 18 laps now to lap 40. We are eking out these medium tyres, coming into pit onto the softs. Unfortunately, we did lose a couple of positions from standard DRS passes. Our tyres just not lasting. So yes, need fresh rubber onto the softs, and hopefully we can make up some time and put in some good laps towards the end. The leader's pitting now. That's what I'm going to do.
What's your speed limit in the pits? Pit lane speed limit is 80 kilometers per hour. It's fine, you got loads. The car ahead has just done a 121.87.
Here we go, guys.
Track's clear. Push, push, push.
See if we can get the most out of these 18 laps.
Gap behind has increased to 1.0 seconds.
Oh, the grip. It feels so good.
P10. Heads up, there's a car rejoining. Seconds. Lap times are improving. This is exactly what we need. Don't be intimidated by this little shit. Make him work for it. He's quicker than you into Varianti Della Roggia. Lap time was at 1:22.42. The guy behind has just done a 1:22.10.
Pero vamos a ver lo de la bandera azul, no sabéis lo que significa, ¿no? Madre mía.
Someone's not happy.
Significa que cuando pueda te dejo, tío. Iba a dejar justo en la recta, que es el sitio más seguro.
Pero si te has clavado en la curva, tío, ya me has visto dos curvas.
Car left.
Nada, lo que digas. Venga, buena suerte.
No, es que casi me reventa la carrera.
Fuck's sake. Definitely fifth gear for there now.
10th position. That lap time was 1:23.25.
Still a bit of a way to go. I don't want to fight George too hard. Still got 13 laps. Let him catch up the guys in front. Use him. I think he is just generally quicker than me. Hate to admit it.
time here, man. We need to pass it.
Just try and go with him if we can.
That last lap was in on 22.21. The car in front has just done up on 22.00.
But
You need to slow down a bit if you don't want a penalty. The guy behind's catching. The gap's now 2.1.
that will not do the tyres good. Kept hold of it, kept hold of it. So we skip a few laps forward and I'm just not setting the lap times that I want to be, even on these set of softs. George is way too quick in front of me. I don't feel 100% in tune with this car, with this setup, and Alvaro is quickly closing the gap. We have 10 laps remaining. This is all about just solidifying a top 10 finish now. This will be a good start to our first race of the league.
Varianti della Roggia. Right side. He's still there. Right side's clear. Come on, don't let him get away. Called into the pits for repairs.
No, man, what the hell? Big arse netcode has caused me bloody steering damage. No. Oh, we're out of this race. Fuck's sake. What? Oh my god.
You got plenty of fuel.
Oh, guys. We got so far. We got so far. There was less than 10 laps remaining, and I have to admit, I'm not really sure what I did there and why I did it. I should have just let the guy go. As we watch it here now. Oh, I don't really know what else to say. We'll rewind it back and have a look in slow motion and just assess it. But we can see here he did come from quite far back, but I had a feeling he was going to do it. And at this moment in time here, you could argue that yes, I should have backed out. Very similar-ish here to, remember, Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton, except I'm Max in this situation. Part of me thinks he could have left a little bit more room because he knew I was there. But also, I could have helped myself massively and just completely backed out of it. And we just locked tyres. And unfortunately, at the moment, iRacing have updated their current damage model, and these cars are even more fragile than they were before, which we will go and have a look how our teammates got on at the start of the race as well, because I have seen how their races ended. Well, didn't begin is probably the better use of the words, because it was quite tragic. Yeah, but unfortunately, part of me thinks that I'm unlucky that I've come away with suspension damage there quite easily. Before that, you would have been fine, but then I can also see why I've got it as well. So yeah, in hindsight, should have backed out. I regretted it instantly. I just kind of wanted to stay in the corner and just fight my position, but to be honest, the position was already lost. So yeah, threw away a good haul points there and a potential top 10 finish. Even if I got caught by the cars behind, or I let this guy go ahead, something may have happened in the last 7-8 laps. So yeah, a silly decision by myself, and something I need to be more aware of as we go into the next races. But that's 100% race for you. Sometimes you do 50 good laps, because the race was going okay, wasn't it? We definitely picked the wrong strategy. Hard tyre was definitely better to start on with, and possibly even go into the mediums than necessarily the softs. The hards were just as quick as the mediums, yet the hards lasted longer degradation wise. So yeah, poor strategy call for me, a typical Ferrari strat. But yeah, let's go and have a look, guys, at our teammates and see how they got on, because unfortunately they didn't score any points either, and we're about to see why. So here we are on board with Borja, our host of this league, and my teammate. Also have my other teammate in front, Hugo. So yeah, they were both starting behind one another. Borja bogs down at the start. Not the best start, but he's away clean. Then gets swamped quite quickly, but he still survived. It's all about the long game. Then watch this, guys, and this is what I'm talking about with the new damage model. Of course, Constantina effect, going through really slowly. Bosh. That little touch there broke his right rear suspension. Let's just have a look at that back. They are going 56 kilometers an hour at this moment in time, and that touch here was enough to break his right rear suspension. It's such a shame, because that shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen. And now I am going to make a comment. iRacing are aware of this, and hopefully they bring a fix and at least revert the car or the damage model to its previous state. It's just way too sensitive, and that shouldn't happen. But yeah, Borja, my teammate and host of the league in the first race, didn't even make, well, he did technically make it to the first and second corner, but was out. Didn't even complete a lap. So poor, and that's nothing to do with the guy behind either, because as we know, it all gets very tight into that first chicane, especially with that many cars, and that slight tap of contact there should not have broken his rear suspension. So really a real shame there, and yeah, hopefully, especially for our league, that is removed and sorted out moving forward. So we're now on board with Hugo. He did make it a little bit longer than Borja, 5 laps to be exact, and the way Hugo went out was in a blaze of glory, at least, compared to Borja. So here we are, someone's made a move upside the chicane. He's been forced out there, then gets tapped from behind, loses it due to a broken suspension, and then spins into the corner. A lot happening in a very short amount of time there. Let's just slow that down. So as we go through the bridge there, the guy has made a move under brake him. They get into the turning point. Hugo's obviously quite clear that he's there. His spotter will be telling him that. Leaves him plenty of room. And you can see the guy overtaking is kind of gone into a bit of a drift. Moved off of the curb. Wheel-to-wheel contact there. Nothing really Hugo could do more. I don't think so. I mean, how much room do you need to give them? And then comes back and makes wheel-to-wheel contact. But I believe that is where he actually breaks his suspension, or it might be from this tap behind here. No, it looks like this tap behind here is where he breaks his suspension, which is why then, when then he gets back on throttle, the car just goes into a spin right here. And then he just gets double whammied from behind. Oh, such a shame. But that all really came from the guy sending it up on the inside there. That, to me, he was out of control. Hugo left him plenty of room. That is the danger of overtaking into that chicane. And sometimes it's just not worth it. You're better off just waiting until you get down the back straight where you've got DRS down into Ascari. If you're trying to make a lunge into the chicane like that, you're gonna ask for trouble. You're asking for trouble. And Hugo was ahead going into the corner as well. So why should Hugo leave necessarily more room than he should? I think he's left more than enough room there. You can see that the guy just goes into his rear, starts to go into a bit of a drift. Hugo notices it, locks up his tyres. So yeah, a real shame there, guys. Unfortunately, none of us score points. Great start for Team Ferrari. It wouldn't be any other way, would it, guys? Well, look, I hope you enjoyed that. As I said, we've got the next race as we record this next Sunday. I do plan on streaming it, so be sure to turn on those notifications. And yes, hopefully we can score some more points. We go into Spa, and I like Spa. I'm quick round Spa. So yes, hopefully we can make it to the end of the race and get a top 10 finish. That'd be good, wouldn't it, guys? So yeah, see you for the next one. Bye.